Need to have you live at the same time here. And then I need to mute you. Yeah, mute yourself in Discord.
Mute myself on Discord.
Yeah, and then I can hear you from the channel. I can answer you from the channel, and you don't mute me from Discord. Okay?
Oh hey, it may be some delay there.
Yeah, there will be like on TV, like, hello John, what's going on in Pennsylvania? Well, actually, you know, we'll see.
Okay, I guess I have to remove this. What's up, guys? I think we are now live. What's up? We got Soviet Supreme. Okay, let me mute you on Discord. What is up, guys? We have Soviet Supreme here. Wait, hold on. I can't mute you on Discord because I can't hear you.
Don't mute me on Discord. Yeah, stay like that. Stay like that. It's fine. I'll just mute you. I'll just mute you on YouTube, and then it's gonna be all right. Okay.
All right. So, I think we are officially live. Say hello, everybody.
Hello, everyone. So I'm having the two windows from my channel because we're live as well on my channel, and live on your channel as well. There's a little bit of delay.
All right, so I think, guys, sorry, a little technical difficulty. Let me make sure that we are actually live. All right, so we are live on one of the streams that I started. I think. Let me make sure. We're also live on We should also be live on Facebook.
We are live on anything.
We are live on one of the streams that I started.
Instagram is just missing.
All right. All right, let's redo this. All right, welcome, Soviet Supreme. Today, we're going to be talking about some of the KvK stuff. How are you today?
I'm very good, thank you.
All right, so Soviet Supreme is our... can we show your coordinates? Do you have your coordinates?
I can do that. Let me launch the game because I didn't. Hold on, just give me a few seconds. I'll be right there.
Starts for Soviet. Thank you, Ethan. So let's go check out Soviet City.
Yes, it's not really clean. I haven't really cared much about the organization in there. Just launching the game right now. Give me 1 sec. So at the same time, we have lots of... So just you guys, most of you guys don't know me yet because I'm French. So most of my videos are in French. But we have French people following me as well. So I'll be translating the questions that we have from the French people to you, Sinchi.
Awesome.
French to English, if you don't mind.
Yes. All right, so what's your coordinates?
Launching 15%, almost there.
Okay. So in this video, we're going to talk about some of the discussions of our team, our opponent, and kind of a little bit of assessment, and perhaps just a general basic strategy, approach. And I believe you are one of the leadership, right, in your kingdom.
Yeah, our kingdom works very well with lots of alliances. I would say 4 of them, major, 4 or 5, and everybody's opinion matters in terms of leadership. So I'm a fighter, among fighters, and of course as a whale, I guess my opinion matters. But it's the leadership is well spread around the kingdom. Awesome. So I'm located currently on so my server is 1198. And then you need to type 623 603.
1198 603 623.
No, 623 603. Opposite.
Awesome. All right. Guys, so when we're trying to read the stream, maybe a little bit of difficulty also for me because I have 2 openings, so I will try to read as much as I can. And of course, Soviet is also going to be watching the chat as well. Where are you here?
So we have some Italian. No, 98, buddy. 98. 98.
I typed it wrong.
And then again, it's 623. Yeah,
603.
And it's 1198, not 92. You're not gonna find me on 92.
Oh, 98. typo. There we go.
No worries.
Let's go and save. You don't have anything on your achievement wall. Save you here.
No. Who cares?
So he
Doesn't
is
that make?
a 135 million
It's,
player. Wow.
yeah, yeah.
And what 296? Well, you have pretty good stats in here, buddy. That's amazing.
Yeah, well, it's okay. I'm not complaining. We have better fighter than I am in my kingdom already. We have a couple of them. We have BSF, we have Soma, other fighters as well. So we're a small kingdom compared to Imperium Kingdom, but
Hmm.
we're doing great. Honestly, we're doing a good job here. So I'm pretty happy to be part of this kingdom. I've been there for a year, more than a year actually. Never changed kingdom. So most of the people on my kingdom are actually original people. They're never left. So it's really good.
Nice. So just since you guys are our allies, just a little bit of information. I don't know a whole lot about your kingdom. Perhaps maybe you can talk about more in detail what you want to say to your to your kingdom as well. Maybe a little speech from you.
Well, we know that there's a big challenge coming up with this KvK. We're really happy to be allied all together. We are amazing allies. I know that no, 9-3 is obviously one of the most famous because of its power and the way they actually manage things. So we're really happy to be on board. We've been fighting a lot. Last KvK, we were fighting Ronnie and Baba. We were fighting the very good 1196. The first KvK was very tough as well because we were 2T5 versus T50 of them
Mm.
when the time wasn't balanced at the time. I know our guys and our kingdom will do the best. We're locked 24/7. I know the Chinese will be kicking asses for sure, but we will do everything to make sure we can actually do something and help as much as we can our allies. We're really confident and we like to fight a lot.
So with our allegiance in here, what do you think is our advantage and disadvantage coming into KvK?
Well, I think first of all, communication, as you can see now, us talking to each other is already is key. The fact that we have Drago, yourself, myself, this KvK will be indeed a lot of. There are going to be a lot of communication around this KvK, and people will be, I think, even more. I can say that will be even more happy to fight, knowing that whatever they do will be recorded at some point and will be shown by either one of us. I think it's important. And finally, I think the experience that we have, especially you guys, makes it's going to make the difference. Maybe I'm wrong, but I really think that the fact that we are used to fight strong against strong opponents, no easy win. I think this already was a good training for us, and we'll know exactly what to do in what situation.
That's
How
good.
about you? What do you think?
I think it's gonna be. I think first of all, I want to say that if you guys here in the stream want to check out Soviet Supreme, I actually have his channel on the description below. So make sure click that, sub to him, follow him. He creates a lot of great contents in here. For me, what I think is that I think this is gonna be the most watched KvK ever. Um, the opportunity that we have is going to be probably once in the Rise of Kingdoms lifetime currently. Advantages wise, like as you said, with communication, and I think our kingdom's a little bit older than the newer kingdom, and I think we're a little bit more experienced. We know, a lot. We've experienced a lot of mistakes, and I feel like from the knowledge that we have from previous KvKs, definitely we can, shine upon. And I think the biggest advantage for us is commanders. I think we would probably have more solids and more what is it called, like more we will have more commanders that is built within the kingdom. Like everyone will have a better commander in general. I think that's going to be the biggest advantage for us coming into this KvK.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's what's going to be important is definitely the commanders, and also the way we communicate. We fight together as four kingdoms and not only one. The time zone is going to be important as well. So many times people are wondering why we don't do just the French kingdom, for instance. And I'm explaining to them that it doesn't make sense to have only people from Europe or only people from the US or only people from Asia, because at the end of the day, except if you share your account, of course, but at the end of the day, if you do that with only one time zone, it's not going to be beneficial for the war. So you need to have people from all around the world to make it worth during the fights. That's what we did versus Baba and Ronnie, for instance. So and it was clearly important.
All right, thanks, buddy, for the stars on Facebook. Yeah, so for the Chinese alliance, I think our opponents from the 1300s are mostly Chinese players, right? So we honestly, I don't know. There's so many Chinese players in Asian time zone, US time zone, but if they are strictly into one time zone, that's again like that's going to be a disadvantage for them because we can have a big push. I believe in 228. I'm not so sure with your kingdom. You mentioned that it's a little bit smaller than smaller than 1093, and I think maybe a little bit smaller than ours as well, with in terms of active players. Because in 228, for what I can say is that we, at this moment in KvK season 4, I think I'm very confident 100% that we can cover 24/7 fighting in here. So.
Yeah, in terms of activity, honestly, it's really difficult to compare two kingdoms. Of course, compared to 1093, those guys are, I'd say, the best of the best. The cream on the cake. But we are pretty active, very very active. We've been fighting much stronger opponents. The 1196, the Baba and Ronnie's team, and honestly, as many of you guys already saw versus on KvK season 3. We don't back down. We don't care. So you'll see. I hope I'll help as much as possible with our team. But we're gonna fight forever. We have huge fighters. If you have a look at our kingdom in the top 100, you'll see the kills. There's no T1 kills there. Only proper kills, and we kick ass, honestly. So we'll do the best. We're happy to be alive with you guys. It's gonna be a tremendous KvK for sure.
Nice. So, guys on the stream, if you guys have any question, just drop it down, and then we'll try to catch it and read it, and then try to answer it as much as we can. What else can we kind of talk about? Like, maybe what do you think? Go ahead.
Yeah, no, I'm just redirecting the people from my live to your live, so this way they have the image right there. But I have some question for you in French, actually. So people want to know from France if you do know how to speak some French words.
I know how to do Google Translate.
What was in our test live?
That's Google Translate.
You were talking about chaudasse. Where the hell did you learn that?
What is chaudasse? I don't know. I use Google Translate.
That's chaudasse is like the excuse my French, but that means horny girls.
So oh, is it?
To know exactly. Yeah. I was like, where the hell did you pick that up?
Google Translate, man.
All right. Well, Google is really advanced now.
Oh yeah. I think Google knows how I think.
Yeah, probably, yeah. So
your kingdom, who else is a big fighter in here that you can show us into, show into the stream?
So you can have a look at in terms of go into my kingdom right there in the click on myself eventually in the top. Let me see. I need to go back in the game once again.
And I heard you are mainly infantry, or are you?
Yeah,
mainly
infantry.
So
that's what I am. I'm indeed full infantry. So of course I have a few commanders. So total, I think I have around 16 or 15 maxed out commanders, legendary. But I mostly play infantry. That's what I used versus alliance. I'm not in an alliance at the moment. Let me get in. But basically, I play infantry because I think it's super tanky, and I think it's kicking the ass of everything else. To be honest, in open field PvP, and whenever you don't want to spend too much, I think it's a good thing because of how tanky it can be. You can stay there on the field for more time than having cav, for instance. Whenever your cav is getting focused, you're dead. That's what it is. So infantry is to me the thing I like the most for sure. So I have pretty much all of them, and I'm waiting for the new ones coming out probably in 2 months. But I love infantry for sure.
That's good. Who's your favorite infantry commander?
I think the best commander is definitely Richard. Richard is the best commander in terms of infantry because if you don't have it, it's a problem because it's super good to farm barbs. It's super good to do many other things. And I like very much one because I've been doing some tests and I was actually super surprised. I thought it would suck, to be honest. And the tests I've run with Leo and Alex were quite good. So I think in this KvK, I'm going to be kicking ass with Alex and Leo, for instance.
Alex and Leo. I've only seen a little bit of battles with him. I've tested a little bit with Texan, but definitely I'm interested to see all this once we get into the battlefield. So how excited are you coming into?
Honestly, I'm super excited. I know it's going to be made most of the time T5 on T5. That's the reason why I've been making a video yesterday or 2 days ago regarding the fact that it's super expensive to heal. And that maybe if Lilith could hear us on this point, all the T5 players are actually sharing this opinion. We need to do something about the resources, honestly. The farming takes 2 months, and we take, what, 2 days of fight, 3 days of fight, and then that's it. So I think it's a bit frustrating to fight. The game is amazing. The design is amazing. The commander is superb. They update it all the time. It's by far the best game on mobile app.
I
My
agree.
issue is the fact that we keep spending burning bills of $100 whenever we fight for 2 hours, and it's ruining the fun. The only time we're having super fun is the arc because there's no back billing behind this. So I would really appreciate if Lilith could maybe add mines up to level 30, or if we could have more resources in the farms when we're farming and things like that. We need to have more resources or lower the cost of healing. This is super important, and I'm really happy to be there with you today to talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you that I think healing cost definitely is a big thing. I mean, like I've mentioned in my videos before that I also want to cut down, big spending into it. So I've been a bit bigger advocate recently here 2020 that lowering the spending. And I think yeah, coming into KvK is definitely for me, I could speak for myself that I fight a lot too, that it's definitely going to cost me a lot of resources as well. And I think lowering the healing costs. You know what? Not just that. I mean, lowering the speed ups as well for the healing of the T5. Honestly, if we want to bring more actions into the game, some of these stuff needs to get reduced so that we can, have more satisfaction and a little bit more, more fun into the game. I think at the end of the day, if they're able to do that, they can actually, in my opinion, I think they can generate more revenue as well, because then we're more inclined to invest in something that we're having, extremely fun game. So
Fully agree. I think I think it's better to have more people than less people buying more. It's better to have more people, spending a little bit less than 1,000 people spending a lot of money. It's for sure. I think it would be better. And in today's era, it's all about the esports, and we can see with the arc that they're trying to reach that point of esports. I think it's super interesting, the league and everything. It's really done well. Uh, but the problem is that there's still some. I think there's still some things to be improved there. I got a lot of ideas. I'm always sharing with the VIP support many ideas on extra commanders, on a special commander that could be unlocked whenever you reach the number of legendary commanders open. Extra marches to be used, because whenever you're sitting, I saw a question from one of you guys on the channel there asking how many troops I had. I have, I think, 8 million T5 troops. And at the end of the day, when we were fighting Baba, everybody was like, "Oh my God, we're fighting Baba, we're gonna die." Well, at the end of the day, no matter if you have like 20 million or 8 million, it's all the same, because you just can use 5 marches, so it doesn't
yeah,
make any sense.
yep.
So my point here would be, come on, add more marches. I have 15, 16 legendary commanders. I would like to use them all, And at the moment, it's not the case. So
Yeah, I agree with that one. I mean, like, it doesn't. For me, the way I see the power in the game is just like, it's just at the end of the day, it's a number, right? I mean, the only thing that protects you from having so much power is probably not getting zeroed. Um,
yeah,
but no matter how much March, even for Ark of Osiris, right? No matter how much, let's say at your point where you have about 8 million troops, you're not even depleting that in Ark of Osiris. There's no way you
no,
deplete to
definitely not.
zero.
No.
No,
So it's very convenient.
in my case, I am probably going to deplete it because I only got 2 million troops.
How much power do you have?
I'm a baby. I'm a 72 million.
Yeah, it's still quite
72
good,
million.
honestly. It's
Yeah.
still quite good.
Uh,
Still doing. I mean, yes, you will deplete it, but pretty soon you'll be fine. I think whenever you reach 90 million, there's a few chances that you'd actually deplete it. A
the
few.
the key thing though for me is that, for the viewers in here, is that I think it's not about the sheer number of troops. It's about the sheer quality. It's about the quality of your commanders, really. So one of my, I don't know if you will agree to this because everybody has their own different strategy. One of my strategy is that I would rather have some loss of troops rather than to heal them, because then I can use my speed ups to convert to training, and I can
Of
actually
course.
win some legendary commander sculpture. Now, a lot of our players, maybe if you're free to play, maybe you're a little bit more weary about that, which I understand. But for the spenders, I think that's the best way to convert your speed ups into gold heads.
Yeah, I agree with you. So in last KvK, that's what we went for. It was better to actually have dead troops than actually healing them. So regarding regarding the troops and everything, I've seen some question here regarding city theme, etc. Currently, guys, I have one city theme. It's the legendary one for infantry, and that's all I need because I don't play any other thing than infantry. So that's all you need. And I think HP for infantry is the best because most of the time HP is not capped, is not going to 100%, especially in attack. So it's really good to have. For the rest, in terms of troops, I think we should definitely have 6, 7, 8 marches and use all your commanders. It's very frustrating at the moment to still go for commanders whenever you don't need to have them because, of course, the meta is going to kick the ass of the old one and on and on and on and on. So you will have to have those commanders. But honestly, I was exposing this to my channel a couple of months ago and already to the support of Lilith regarding this point. I was talking to them about the fact of adding a special commander that would be unlocked after 15 or 10 maxed out legendary commander, only available on battlefield. So there's no, I would say, overpowering like Attila and Takeda did on the rallies. And that commander could be available for twice as much cultures as before. And you could have fun seeing him on the battlefield, like, oh my god, there is that commander. Oh, he's so rare. Oh my god, he's right there. Create some excitement over something. I think it would be great. Just like when I used to play Star Wars Galaxies back in 2000 when you could unlock a Jedi. That was really sweet. I'm thinking like that. I think there's a lot of things to be done. The game is already amazing, but we need to have some improvement for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, definitely Lilith, for my experience, I believe they really listen to the players and they've run a lot of surveys as well. Whenever we have an update, there's usually going to be a survey at the bottom. So also Discord is something that is very useful. And actually, I tried to push a feature on Lilith where I actually mentioned saying that, hey, we should try to do a equipments market or materials market. And I was just referred back to, hey, even though I'm in the sponsored content creator program, they say, hey, go push it on the community, on the Discord, and on the suggestion. And if it gets a lot of upvote, then we will take a look into it. So they definitely care. So, you guys should definitely utilize Discord suggestion area and do some upvotes in there.
Yeah, they do. And actually, if you look at I think I saw something with the new update. I think I saw that they added a special skill to heal 30% faster. So that goes in the right direction, obviously. So let's give kudos for that. Thanks, Lily, for that. But I think what matters the most now is gold. When you look at gold, especially in old kingdoms, all of the kingdoms are actually needing gold because there's no more T4 players. Usually T4 players are the one giving you away the gold. But now that they're not farming this anymore because they use it, nobody's giving you free gold, and the fights are consuming your resources at a speed that is insane. So this needs to be, according to me, reviewed to have more fun more than 2 or 3 days.
Yeah. So I got 2 things that we need to talk about. So first, there was second. Let's do the second one. The second one, we're gonna somebody asked us what do we think about one of our opponent, which I saved their Lost Temple. We'll go there. But first one, before we move over there, I want to know how much is since I'm not in the leadership, do you know how much the gem costs of the healing for the kingdom buff?
No, I think it would be like any kind of buff. Is it 2,000 gems?
Well, every buff is different. I think the most expensive is the training speed, the training, and then the cheapest is the resource production. So we can get back to that. Maybe the chat can inform us. I'm sure we have some leaders in here in the chat. One of the question here on the stream is that what do we think, or I don't know a whole lot. Maybe you know more than me, but what do you think about 1347? One of our opponents.
I think we don't have much of information. We just know that those guys are super wealthy, have lots of money, and they play a lot. I've heard that some kingdoms, I don't know if that's the case, are playing with the farmers for the resources and getting resources from farmers. I would understand that because of how expensive it is, but I don't know much. Honestly, we haven't seen them. I don't think they have any YouTubers in there, so it's hard to know them. To be honest, I've been contacted by a few French inside those kingdoms, because whenever there are French people in those kingdoms we fight, they always let me know. Very cool guys. They'll let me know. They were like, hey, you know what? our kingdom is super powerful. Good luck with you guys. It's going to be very tough. So apparently, it's going to be super tough. We knew that already, but it's confirmed by the guys playing in the Chinese kingdoms.
I see. So I wonder how much of honestly, like we say that they're Chinese kingdoms, but I'm sure there's still a lot of international players. You know, I'm very curious how much they actually do have international wise. So
there's a lot of activity for sure in terms of power. Do they have like some kind of Baba kind of guy, or
I
the
think they
most
have this
powerful
guy
player they have?
called Ningba or something on 1341. I've seen his
How
profile.
much power is that? Does he have?
I'm not sure where Ningba is. I don't even know if I'm saying it right, but he is on the. I can't remember the. It's in the 1331, I believe. That's the one that is the Imperium Kingdom.
Yeah, I
Maybe
really
we
don't.
can find him.
Honestly, to me, it's going to be a surprise. It's going to be like, okay, let's figure it out. Let's see how good they are. And remember, it's not only a matter of power. It's not only a matter of power. It's a matter of communication and making sure whenever you are the 1093 KvS of one of the biggest player, I don't remember his name, like sending 10 rallies together. It's not an easy thing to actually send 10 coordinated rallies on the same target. So this shows a really good communication and good strategies, and I think this is going to matter the most during the fight, more than power.
Yeah, definitely gonna be, definitely strategies a key thing. Now, there's a lot of things that are gonna be changing as well, from what we are used to, right? Because it's gonna be a different map. It's we can't do any more city blocking. At your leadership standpoint, how do you feel about this one?
Sorry, can you repeat that again? Because I'm reading two chats at the same time, so I'm having a hard time to keep up.
Oh, so there's gonna be changes of the map, right? Different strategies gonna be approaching. I don't know if you've done your
Yeah,
research yet on that one. And then also
I'm
there's gonna be
concerned about the map.
city blocking, right?
Yeah, so I think the city blocking is kind of unfair, to be honest. It shouldn't be possible. When you're playing a war game, you should always be able to push your way, no matter where. If you have more power, you should be able to push. You should be blocked by cities, AFK cities. I don't think that the devs wanted that to happen initially, but of course, people are always finding the right things to make the things in their advantage, and that's how human works. So it's kudos to the people who found out this way to play the game before. But now I think it's better not to have this. That's the first point. The second point is, from the feedback I have on the new map, is apparently, that's what I heard, it's going to be boring as hell for a few days, farming, and then whenever we get to the king land, this is where we're going to be fighting like crazy. This is what I heard. I try not to spoil too much my own fun. I like to discover myself how's everything, so I don't look at a lot of videos at the same time, because I want to have my little surprise there. But I think it's going to be. I think the last KvK without cities blocking would have been better. More fights for sure.
It's definitely gonna be very interesting. It's definitely gonna be in my opinion, I think it's definitely gonna be a big game changer especially for us. That we've been so used to, the season 1, season 2, season 3 setups. But I think it's nice to change it up. I mean, honestly, I think that was a very good approach from Lilith, because changing it up like that, creates new creativity for everyone, and it's not gonna be the same stuff every time.
Yeah.
And that's
otherwise people are too. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Sorry, it's the same for the arc. The arc people are used to the arc now with the strategies. So that's the reason why they added skills, and that's really good, because whenever you had skill, you're disrupting a little bit the habits. You're disrupting the typical strategy that people would put in place. So it's very good to have that. And again, they're updating the game very often, and that's really, really good.
Yeah.
And I don't know about you, but regarding the translation as well, in this game, for instance, they're doing an amazing job on translating. Sometimes they're not doing the right thing on the skill of the commander, and that's too bad, because it's super important to understand exactly how the commander works. And the problem is that most of the time it's translated not really the right way because of the specificities. But I gotta say that the translation in all of the languages in the game is quite amazing. Germans have their own translation, French, Chinese, Koreans, and honestly, this is a huge amount of work. So I would like to on this point say to Lilith that it's a really amazing job. I'm kind of surprised in a good way.
Yeah, honestly, well, first of all, I'm talking to Soviet Supreme, so there's a link in the description below. If you guys haven't subscribed to him, make sure to check his channel out. So if you are new as well in our stream, make sure to subscribe as well in the Shinchi42 channel as well. So I think I kind of lost my track on what you said earlier now.
I was talking about languages.
Yeah, the language is a chat. So I've played other games as well, and I played other newer games. And what I've seen with Lilith and the way they built this, and the first day I played Lilith games, the first day I played the Rise of Kingdoms, is that they've already had that translation. I think that was really great because they built this to be an international game. It's not just for English player, it's not just for Chinese player. It's for everyone to unite. Honestly, this game, the way I see this is more than just building troops, just fighting in the field. I think it's more of a community-based game. You really meet people here. You make some friends. You make some enemies, and I think they built this to where it's a social game rather than just fighting game than most other games are, right?
Yeah. This game to me, so I'm a gamer. I'm a huge gamer. I used to be a StarCraft top player on StarCraft 1. I'm still playing StarCraft 2 as a Grandmaster, and I'm playing most of the Blizzard games. And this game is the only one that is keeping me away from computer games. So this means already that this game is amazing. And then the whole strategy and the whole people that you meet in a kingdom. I've been playing the same kingdom for 500 days pretty much. I haven't moved anywhere since. It's amazing because it creates a huge community. We have lots of French in our kingdom. We have lots of American, a few Asian, a few people from India as well. And it makes the whole realm amazing. And this game is about communication, you being with humans, and of course there are dramas most of it sometimes, but I think this game is very, very rich on this point. I have a question for you, Xingxi, regarding commanders. A question from the French there on my channel. So they're asking me if we're going to be able to use all the commanders that we have, even the new ones.
I believe they stated a certain amount of time, right? A certain amount of days, maybe 220 something days, and then you can use. Hold on, I think Chai farted. Chai, you stink. Yeah, I think we will be able. That was my concern, is that how that's going to be a disadvantage, honestly, for the 1300 kingdoms, is that if we're going to be able to use some of the newer commanders. And I believe they said that, because I contacted the support, I said that we should all be able to still use our commanders as long as the kingdom is open at 220 days.
Yeah, okay. So it means that Ramses and the other commanders will be available as well?
Yeah, for what I know right now, I think it should be available. I think so. Because I think this is 1331 is, I don't know how many days have they been, but I guess we can check. We can check. What is the oldest kingdom that we're in? That we have. Is it 13? I think you can check it.
I don't know. So then I have another question. Hold on.
355 days.
The French are complaining.
Is Osman?
So apparently,
go ahead.
Apparently, in the 331, it's not a Chinese kingdom. Apparently, people are telling me that there's a lot of Europeans and French and Greeks as well. So Yassas to all the Greeks, and apparently it's a European kingdom for the 31.
I see. I think they just use a lot of the prefix of the Chinese. Maybe the main leaders are Chinese, and then a lot of them follow.
And the 47 has Russians, lots of Russians apparently. So the Russians should ally with me just because of my name, guys. Come on.
I think it's definitely gonna be a lot of action, a lot of it's packing with a lot of stuff in here. I think this is definitely gonna be something that you guys and the viewers in here should be very much tuning in, whether if it's on my video or whether on Soviet's video, or I mean Drago's also gonna be doing a coverage on himself as well in the 1093. So I think this is gonna be a very nice opportunity for us to showcase Rise of Kingdoms in a very, very big way.
So we have some Greeks in your channel as well. We have Jacobs, Elare Malaka, Tikanis, some Greeks there. How are you guys? Happy to have him. So we have lots of people, and apparently we have also some Italians. But I don't know how many Italians. Do we have Italians following you? Is there any Italian on your channel at the moment in this
I,
live?
I think we
Let us
have
know.
some Italians in here. Yeah, any Italians in here in the chat right now? Let us know.
So lots of people are talking currently, since you about Ronnie on my channel, on your channel as well. You've made a video out of it. I think regarding it, I think it's this era is quite bad. People are getting sick. Lots of people around the world, especially in the U.S. now. It's impacting the U.S. a lot. It's really bad. I really hope that Ronnie is gonna feel better. Apparently, from what I've read in the channel, is recovering. But it's really hard to talk about private things. So I think the only thing we can do is wish him to fully recover, of course, and that's it. But it's pretty difficult to talk about people's health, and it's very private. And lots of people are saying things, and lots of people think other things. So I think it's better to just wish him the best and to recover as fast as possible, of course.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, like I really created that video to basically air it to our viewers in here. That I mean, Roni has been a big content creator for us. Definitely had brought a lot of high level quality. For my knowledge is that I know he was the first one to even get T5 as a YouTuber, and first one to create the high level like contents before. This is like he was like the dominating YouTuber even before Chisco at that point. I have a little bit of interaction with him before, and I mean which I mentioned in the video, is that he actually let us, this my account, which he let us into K16, and we did a jumper crew. So my appreciation for him is definitely great, but definitely it's hard to tell what's going on, but the little information that we have, we should bring our community together and support, whether whoever it is, right? Whoever it is. If we start seeing somebody, I mean, I've done it in my previous videos. If somebody was suffering, we did a shout out for them, because not a shout out, but I don't know what's the right word. Did a video for them. So, but we just need to come together. I mean, this game, whether you like somebody or not, at the end of the day, we're humans. We gotta basically support each other's in here in life.
Yeah, and we're with more than 1 million people infected, so we'll definitely have people that we know that are getting infected. Obviously, the ones that are needs to be super careful. All the elderly people, the ones that smoke, the ones that are overweight. That's what we hear in France. I don't know about the US, but in France, we're currently locked down for pretty much a month, more than 3 weeks now. We're only able to go outside to get some groceries and stuff like that. So this is a very serious thing. In the US, people can still do things. It's being handled differently.
Yeah.
I really hope you guys are going to manage that. In the UK, it's been handled differently as well. You can see now the Prime Minister in a specific condition is at the hospital at the moment. So I think it's no joke, guys. And no matter what age you are, let's remember that even though you could get it without any symptoms, you can still transmit it to any other guys. So be careful. No matter if you're young, it doesn't matter. Pay attention to the other. That's what I would say.
Definitely take a precaution. For the U.S., I can't speak because in the U.S. is very different than other country. Each state has their own law. So I can speak for my own state that we are actually on a stay-home order. But for my case, I work in the cancer drug facility, so I still have to come into work because somebody's got to make them. I'll be the last person to. Like my group will be the last people. Like actually, if there was a stronger mandate from the government, then we will be the last persons to actually stop working. So actually next week we will be starting to wear face mask, required now in the office area. I wear a face mask regardless in a clean room because I work in an ISO 7 area. It's a very, very clean room. We're gonna getting our temperature check as well as we come into work as well. So yeah, actually I have a letter from our company, from our CEO, well, from our, not CEO, but for our president for the company, the site president, is that we have a letter stating that we can go to work, and if we get pulled over by police, we will have to show that basically like a permit.
Okay. That's what we have now in France. We do have to sign a paper showing exactly why we're going outside. It needs to be around 1 kilometer. I know it doesn't ring any bell to an American 1 kilometer, but it's pretty much, I would say, like 0 to 4 miles, and so it's very strict. But hopefully things will get better. That's the right timing to play games, and that's the reason why this KvK, going back to the game, of course, this KvK is going to kick ass because most of the people will be locked down. So at the end of the day, you will have time to do what? To kick ass some games. So this KvK is going to be super active. And I think the battles are going to be amazing. And having 3 YouTubers and 2 of the size of Drago and yourself already covering this event is already something extraordinary. Me on the French side, I'm obviously smaller YouTuber, but I will make content as well, making sure that we're seeing the right thing. I only make videos during KvK, by the way. Unlike you, we're just keeping people in touch with all the new things. I just enjoy the battle, so I'm just recording whenever there is fights, and that's pretty much it. On the other hand, you are far more structured and I would say professional because you have this going on daily basis, which is not the case for me.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, when looking at your channel and at the amount of subs that you have and amount of people that goes into your live stream, at the point where I was at your stage, very few people actually was on my live stream before. So you should definitely feel good about it. Honestly, it's very successful. I
Yeah,
would say.
thanks. I appreciate it. It's very cool, and I would like to thank you for having not only for visibility because but the fact that we can communicate together and not having this kind of sometimes I would say a little competition between YouTubers. I think it's very healthy, and I would like to thank you for that.
Oh, to me, it's not about just a competition, or I mean, it's a competitive market. But at the end of the day, I've been the person. I've actually the first person who have done collaboration videos, and I've done a lot of innovative things. But like, the biggest thing here is that as a YouTuber, you shouldn't just solely be so selfish, right? You need to make sure to help other people as well. So there's other YouTubers, that are making YouTube as well, and we try to give them a shout out as well in our stream because for me, I want to help other people as well, because I want that to happen to me. You do good deeds, and good deeds will happen to you as well in the future, right? So
Yeah, it's karma. Yeah, fully agree with you.
I mean, I've seen other YouTubers a little bit more selfish, right? I mean, you can tell who they are, and I'm not saying are okay, but I'm just saying in general. But like, anyway, I'm not gonna get into that. But just like, if you're
yeah, don't get me into it because I'm very how can I say that, straightforward.
If
So
you
I
have an
would
opportunity to
go for
help,
it.
if you have an opportunity to to assist somebody, to help them, I mean, it's always good to do that. I mean, it's just a general good human being, in my opinion. And
Yeah, I agree with
definitely
you.
competition is a little bit more fun too. It makes you, it just drives you to improve, but it's friendly competition, I would say.
Yeah, so let's talk about commanders. You know what, Sinchi, I discovered your channel by whenever you worked on your ranking thing, commander. I really liked the template you used. I think it was good looking already. No, I'm talking about
That's ROK
the
Worlds,
ranking
by
thing.
the way.
What's up?
So my commander tier list is a collaboration with ROK World. So he's a
Okay,
Facebook.
all right,
He
okay.
he has a Facebook group. So if you guys actually, I have this icon right now, as you can see, ROK Guide, which is ROK World as well on
Mm-hmm.
Facebook. So we have been a long-term collaboration. Also, I have a new collaboration as well, which I don't have this logo right now, which is oh wait, I do ROK Talent as well. So I've been
Yeah.
working with them recently.
So I really like that. To be honest, I wanted to share that with you. It was really interesting to cover that and to give my opinion as well. That's the moment we actually found out about your channel. I like your content, and I like the fact that whenever I came back with a different opinion, you were not completely locked. I would say completely hostile to that opinion. And I think could be interesting to review this list in the next live to see with your feedback, my feedback on the battles, especially on my feedback on infantry. This is what I play the most.
Mm-hmm.
It could be interesting to review that together, but especially in the rallies as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, at the end of the day, right? The biggest thing in here is that everybody has their own strategy and different playing style and different approaches. So for my case, whenever I make a tier list, that's majority is that this is my playing style, this is my approach, and this is what I think. But at the end of the day, right? everybody has to do their own deductive challenge. I don't know, like their own approach, their own sorry guys, their own assessment basically of how their playing style and
Yeah.
how that works for them. Everybody will have their own set of tier lists, right? But we just, as a YouTuber, we just make a general guideline, I guess.
We say something, and once again, that might sound too French, and I'm sorry for that, but we say something in France that sums up pretty much things most of the time is opinions are like assholes. Everybody has one. So it's very difficult to please everyone whenever you come with a list of commanders, because most of the time some people will think some other things about this and that commander. But at the end of the day, what matters is to make a list that makes sense to your own judgment and according to your own experience. And
Yeah.
if you can add some battles reports and additional tests, then that's your opinion, and it's to be respected, of course.
Yeah, and the biggest thing in here is that, okay, one question though, what is your occupation, Soviet? By question by Noobman. Maybe they want to get to know you a
I'm
little
currently I work in IT, so I work in IT. I work for audits for infrastructure, cybersecurity, and things like that.
I see.
That's what I do.
So the thing here is that when you're really creating a tier list, is that what I've learned in YouTube, of course I read a lot of comments, we get some haters. What I've learned about it is that when you try to think about what people like too much, if you adjust it on that one specific person that is giving you trouble, is that another person is not gonna like it. So do your thing, right? Do what you think is right for you, because if you try to accommodate way too much for other people, then you become a fake person for that matter, in my opinion. Because you gotta do what's your opinion is, and then you tell people and you back it up with what your reasoning is, and then if you actually have to prove it that you learn that it's actually not a good thing for you, not a good tier list for you, then you adjust into the next one. That's why in my tier list there's thing called version, because what we have done with ROK World is that we have done a lot of versioning, because at some point, right, meta shift as well, and then we have to change the version of it.
So regarding those tests, there's something I'm thinking out loud here. We should definitely try to have. So as you can see, guys, I've been testing Guan Leo, Guan Alex on my channel. On the Arc, and also outside PvP, and past one to have wounded and not dead people. But I've been testing a lot. I spent 3 or 4 days testing with my friends there, and it took me too much time to test. And honestly, I would love to have a specific, some kind of arc, like in the World of Warcraft, whenever you're hitting on the pylon and to see exactly how much damage you would do. I would love to have like test phase for people to just teleport. If you have to pay 100 gems, 1,000 gems, who cares? But to be able to test whatever you want to test with your own commanders without any talents, anything, so you'll be able to actually come up with a list of commanders. And it's very, very hard at the moment to work on those tests, because they require a lot of time.
It does. It takes a lot of time.
And I've been testing that, and you need to make sure that the equipment. You need to make sure that you have VIP 17 versus VIP 17, otherwise not there. You need to remove the CT theme. You need to remove the runes, etc., etc. So the test needs a lot of time to work on with people on Discord. So it's a pain in the neck. But to be honest with you, when I tested Leo and Guan and Alex, I was surprised, because I've heard, I don't know if it's the same with you, but I've heard in Guan and Alex and Guan and Leo were not that good at all. And I've tested them, and they're actually pretty good. So I'm really surprised by the outcome of my own tests, because I was waiting for something crappy. So what's your feedback on this one? Have you tested anything? Have you heard anything?
I have a few videos where I've tested with Alex and Guan Yu, which with my archers, when actually, right, I should be able to defeat that, and I actually wasn't able to defeat it.
Was it open PvP?
It's an open PvP.
Like Battlefield?
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm talking rallies. I'm talking rallies here.
Oh, on the rallies? No, I have not done any testing with the rallies yet. I have not done.
Okay.
I think this KvK is coming too soon. If it wasn't coming too soon, I would have done a lot more testing, but I had to conserve resources.
But you used Alex as first or Guan as first?
I believe Texan used Alex.
Well,
I think he used Guan first, because we tested out 2 talent trees for him. So there's a video on that one.
Okay.
I don't fully remember
Guan
everything.
needs to be first.
Yeah, Guan was first.
Guan needs to be first. Okay, that's the thing. I think open PvP, it doesn't really matter. Indeed, Guan is a bit squishy. compared to other infantry commanders. The reason why he's cushy is because he's doing an amazing amount of damage.
Yeah,
And at the moment,
he's a
guys,
DPS.
yeah, he is the DPS. So if you want to counter this guy, you will have to use I think a Wu Ying Song Yi or a Wu Constantine, I believe, but it's pretty strong. And to be honest, I would go for Guan Leo because of the double AOE, especially versus high-powered kingdom, because they will swarm, and you definitely want to use that double AOE to actually do a little bit more damage than just on the flag.
So what we're going to be expecting from you then is a lot of this combination then.
Oh yeah, only that. I'll test both Alex and Guan, and exactly. Sorry, Guan Alex and Guan Leo. Maxed out in terms of gear, legendary gear, and epic gear to make sure that I'm doing the best damage possible. And we'll see. We'll see how it goes, and we'll see if the tests are confirmed.
So if people here on the chat is looking for those type of contents, definitely check Soviet's channel. Because I don't have these commanders, so definitely he will be the one to cover them, and that will be really great information for you guys. So it's a good guide for you guys if whether you are investing into the game. Honestly, watching into the YouTube content is very good because you guys can really save. If you're a spender, you can definitely save a lot of money and time, and if you're free to play, right, you can invest smarter and not waste your sculptures at the end of the day.
Yeah, what matters the most is to make sure that whenever you start a commander is to finish it. I've seen too many players going for all the commanders at the same time, I think it's not really helpful. Okay, so I've even seen a guy going for Charlemagne. So that's something not to do, obviously, because Charlemagne is a waste of sculptures. But there's good combos and there's good commanders. If you don't have any of them or you're starting the game now, go for Ying Song Yi and Richard. This is not a waste for sure. And then for the others, you need to make sure exactly on what's your strategy. What do you want to play? Cav, infantry, archers, and from there, just go for those ones. That's what I would suggest.
So Arnell Play says, is Charles Martel a good defending commander? I would say yes. Do you want to add a little bit more detail to that?
So regarding my tests, actually, I will have to jump into my Excel sheet and tell you about it. Just give me 1 second. There we go. So regarding the test on Charles, I'm popping up my Excel sheet now because this is the way I remember. Okay, so
somebody says Julius Charles? Good at combat. I'm not a big fan of Julius Caesar. I'm not a big fan.
So I'm upping Julius at the moment for double rally with Mehmet. So I like to rally with Mehmet a lot because I think his skill is impressive in terms of power. And I like to rally as well with Ying Song Yi. So I usually use both Mehmet and Ying Song Yi. People told me that Caesar and Mehmet were doing a really good job. So that's the reason why I'm upping Caesar. And I want to see exactly how Caesar and Mehmet can actually work together. Regarding the question on Charles, I've been testing. Maybe I can send it to you on Discord and you can pop that on your screen eventually. Hold on. It's right there. There we go. Okay, I'm sending it to you now. I've been testing commanders, and this is the result of the tests I've been conducting versus Guan Leo and Guan Alex and Attila Takeda, because remember, Attila Takeda was nerfed. So it's important to retest everything to see exactly how everything was. So just a sec.
All right, guys. So we'll show you this information.
And what I found out, and it's kind of obvious because of the buff that Constantine had, I found out that Constantine was indeed one of the best commander in defense at the moment, especially versus Attila Takeda.
All right, so I think I have this popped out right now.
Yeah.
Some information in here, guys. So yes, if you guys want to take a screenshot of it, definitely now's the right time for it.
So whenever you basically have the attack and then you have the result. In my test, I try to remove all of the equipment, the buffs, everything to make it as fair as possible. Well, I can see, oh, wow, that's a big U. And honestly, in those tests, it shows here. There you go, perfect. We can see it now. It shows that that Attila Takeda was definitely nerfed and is actually losing versus Wu Constantine or Constantine Wu. Still very close, but they're actually making it. And I was quite surprised to see Constantine and Richard and Constantine Ying Song Yi making it versus Attila Takeda. So I think we will see Constantine whenever Attila Takeda is around. We're going to see Constantine for sure. Yeah. And regarding the two stars over there, Guan Liu and Guan Alex, I was surprised, and Guan Liu was actually doing a bit better than Guan Alex. But the reason why I didn't finish the test, it's because I found out that there was a bug on Constantine. The heal of Constantine wouldn't proc at 50% most of the time. So it means that
I know that. I've experienced that too.
So, all right, so I've sent a message to Lilith, and they asked me for the videos and everything. So I've sent everything, and they told me that they located the issue. The devs will be updating this, so it should have been updated. So I will do additional tests to see if Constantine is now healing all the time whenever he goes back home, because that's the only condition for him to reset his cooldown. So that's interesting. But as you can see, Guan Liu to me is as good as Guan Alex. So, and Charles, if you look at Charles, well, Charles versus Guan Liu is not really working, and it's pretty much the same for Guan Alex.
I see. So I think, honestly, Constantine, I think it's a very good commander. I think majority of the I guess I could speak for myself. My YouTube channel, I don't think I've highlighted Constantine a whole lot in the beginning, and even for the tier list, I've actually wanted to put him up higher than like Wu. I thought he was higher than Wu, but somebody convinced me to put Constantine down and bring Wu higher. And I think Constantine is actually much better than Wu.
The thing is, Wu is really great and almost you need mandatory in KvK because you're going to need her most of the time to defend. Where Constantine is going to be needed to defend versus Attila and Takeda. That's basically the counter that Lilith came up with. But
honestly, let me tell you this: I wouldn't rally. I never rally Constantine, even with my archers, because I can't win with Edward. Nope, I can't.
Okay, I haven't tested the archers. So I don't know.
I couldn't, but now I don't care about saying this. I didn't say this in KvK Season 3 because they would use it to me. But now I don't mind saying this because I will have Ramses and I feel more confident now rallying Constantine. But in KvK Season 3, I kept that hidden. I kept that, I didn't want to say anything about it because I would get countered 100%.
But how about a Wu Constantine? I think this combo, whenever it's not getting worn, and that's obviously the most important fact.
When the
flag is not good. Yeah.
Go ahead. I actually mentioned that a little bit before, and I think that's a great idea. And I think you should. I don't know if you have Wu, right? So maybe you can do a testing on that one.
I do. So I do have Constantine and Wu, and I think those two guys tested that already versus Leo, Guan, etc. Those two guys are doing a very good job regarding defense. And who is the best in terms of defense on flags, for sure. But that's their only role. I'm using Constantine in the Canyon. I'm using Constantine in Arc. And so you would use him much more. So if you had to invest sculptures into one of those two, I would and you don't have much sculptures, I would definitely go for Constantine because you can use him in several ways. Wu, it's only going to be there defending. And honestly, if you're not a rally leader or a defense leader with VIP 17, with all the bonuses, let the other guy handle it. Don't waste your sculptures into Wu because some higher power player will actually defend the flanks with her. Don't waste. Go for Constantine or something else. Don't go for Wu. That's my opinion.
That's a very good advice. Honestly, that's very true. Let the bigger spenders or has the best buff be the one to invest on Wu, because then if you're just a low spender free to play, it's not gonna be a good value for you.
Yeah. So honestly, Constantine would be better for Canyon, and in the Canyon already configuration, you can see him already with Joan of Arc. You can see him with Ethelfled, and he's bringing tankiness, and therefore the buff of Joan of Arc is staying alive longer, and therefore it's kicking. It's more powered for other commanders. So the longer the buff is here, the longer the DPS will be there.
Now, coming into the KvK, do you have any kind of just like basic tips for everyone, just kind of like a little guideline for them, any advices, something like that for the viewers?
My advice in KvK would be take it slow. Don't push, don't feel overconfident with your resources. Don't think that because you have a billion, 2 billion, 3 billion resources, you're going to kick everybody's asses because everybody has that amount of resources pretty much. Don't waste it. Play safe. Ronnie on this fight when he was fighting us with his cav was actually attacking, and whenever he was getting focused, would go back all the time. And that is, people would say it's being a coward. I don't agree on this one. It's playing safe. You don't want to waste resources. You want to fight whenever it's a safe fight for you. It's a good trade. Whenever it's not a good trade, you need to stop fighting and find the right match for you to attack. Otherwise, you're going to waste way too much unit, especially if you're fighting with a cav. Cav is super squishy and does a lot of damage, but it's very squishy. You need to be super careful on that and save as much resources as possible when you fight. It's a long-term fight. It's not a 2 days fight.
Mm-hmm. For me, I want to give just a general tip for people is that I think this is a basic 101 for KvK is that if you're a free to play or moderate or a very low spender, try not to be on the front lines on teleporting. Let the bigger players teleport on the front lines because they can what is that called? They can come in and out much more like in intervals than you guys. And also when you're trying to teleport into the fights, make sure you always have 2 teleports and then don't. I have this rule. You would rarely see me use Peace Shield. Actually, I have a lot of Peace Shield. I think I have a good amount. Where is it? Where's Peace Shield boost? Alright, I got 30 of these. I don't really use my Peace Shield. I rather use Teleport. I go in and out whenever I leave. I don't just stay there and shield up because you can forget about it. And then once you forget about it, especially if you're a YouTuber, it's like a piñata. That's what I said before. It's a piñata. They almost got my farm account one time. I was at work and I left it.
I agree with you. That would be chaos. So I think it's the most important thing, guys. Whenever you fight and teleport back. Too many times I've been staying online waiting for people to connect back before going to sleep because I was waiting for the guys to come back, making sure they would be safe. Mm-hmm. So please save your leaders and the high power players, save their sleep, and don't forget to teleport back because we care about you guys. And whenever you don't teleport and you go away, we need to stay there to protect you. So most of the people don't know that, but we do that in our kingdom. I'm pretty sure it's the same for you. Mm-hmm. We stay around to protect the guys that are not there. And it's a pain in the neck because sometimes it can stay like that for hours. So your advice is the good one.
And you can cost everyone a lot of resources, and it's crazy. Mm-hmm. It's a similar stuff. Okay, here's a question in here. I thought I saw a good one in here. Who would be the best garrison, and Caesar would be the best conquering? Now, Caesar wouldn't be the best conquering. I would say Wu is up there, but Caesar definitely not. Definitely.
So with the nerf of Attila and Takeda, which I call Tequila, it's faster. Of Tequila, I think.
Sounds like you want some shots.
I think the best combo in terms of attacks would probably be. I like Mehmet a lot. I know that Shiguzle like Mehmet a lot as well. I like him a lot. I've been using him a lot on cities. He's doing a great job, and especially when you pair him with either Ying Song Yi against AoE defense. Or Saladin for the 15% on city attack. That is really reliable as well. I like them both. But since people told me Caesar was kicking asses on cities, you know what? I'm really close to test Caesar and Mehmet Caesar to see exactly who's the best. And I'll let you know, guys, if Caesar is actually deserve this title or not.
I see. So I got another question in here. Xingqi, does Leo require to be max 5511. So since you're an infantry guy, I'll direct this to you. What do you think about that one?
I'm not really the good example because I always max them out and then I test before answering. So it's very hard to answer if the 5511 is still a good job. I think any legendary commander are awesome already at 5511. But I think most of the epic commanders sometimes are I would say, underpowered in terms of how they are to people. If you take the example of Sunzi is an amazing commander and is epic. And this commander is sometimes not used that much. If you take the example of Etefleda and Joan of Arc, those 2 commanders are mandatory in Canyon. If you don't have those 2, few chances that you're going to be to the top 10. So I really think that epic commanders can do the difference as well. Regarding Leo, I would go 5-5-5-5 because that's the way you do it. But I think already a 5-5-1-1 is pretty good because of the health bonus, because of the
Speed
direct,
rage.
speed rage for sure. And I would pair him with, honestly, you know what? I would pair him with Richard. Why I would do that? It's because Richard is never focused. Because people are like, oh my god, no Richard, I'm never gonna get it down. So I would pair it with Richard or Etifleda with Richard to bring this AOE debuff, and it's still AOE. And since nobody's gonna attack him, you're gonna be debuffing the troops around you forever without people noticing it.
And imagine how tanky that is.
Yeah, Richard. I know. That's how I beat Baba one-on-one with the troops. Well, after he kicked my ass because he refreshed his troops and he came with additional armies. But I beat Baba. He had Richard Ying Song Yi at the end. Of course, we had 5-on-5 marches, and at the end it was Richard Ying Song Yi versus Richard Etifleda. And actually, Richard Etifleda was more efficient than Richard Ying Song Yi. So I think it's a good one, especially because Etifleda comes with an additional bonus on attack for the units that are slowed down. And since Richard brings a slowness debuff, they work really great together.
And that's great because, you know, they can get Aether Fled, you know, especially a lot of our free-to-play players in here, definitely for free. You know, you just need to do your expedition.
Yeah, it's Etifleda in the beginning. I didn't look at her much, but after Canyon, I understood that she was mandatory. She needed to be in the Canyon to make sure that you guys would you would go further in the score. I mean,
we got a question here from General Jack. What will you add in the game if you can?
Oh my God, really? Can I answer?
Yeah.
Oh god. Okay, so first of all, I would go for mine level 30 because the money we're getting through the mines in your own city is crap at the moment. Second, I would lower the healing resources. Third, I would add 6 and 7 marches because what's the point of having 10 millions of troops at home whenever they're sitting watching your other troops getting killed? Fourth, I would use a special commanders. It means that whenever you have 10 maxed out legendary or 15 maxed out legendary, you could use special legendary that would require twice as much sculptures to be upgraded. That would only be available on open PvP and not for rallies. Therefore, it's not a disadvantage for KvK, but still lots of fun in open PvP. And make it like, oh my god, they have this commander. Make some excitement. I would do that as well. I would do. Those 4 ideas are the beginning. That's what I would start with. And I would make more fights, and I would add a testing area where you can teleport and test commanders without having kill units, without spending too much money on healing, etc., to make sure that we could test commanders the right way. And something that can generate reports, and then you can download that report and add it into your comparison, and then compare commanders the right way. Because at the moment we're missing a comparison, I would say, kind of arc. Because whenever you go to the arc, you can, for 1,000 gems, you can set up a fake arc, right? At the moment, whenever you go into that fake arc, it takes still 5 minutes to teleport, and then 1 minute to rally, etc. It's a huge amount of time. You're able to test maybe 10 combos, and then you need to spend another hour. So I would make something more efficient in terms of time saving for the tests.
Yeah, I like that idea too. Especially, a lot of players in here are very dedicated and learning a lot about their commanders. So definitely having that feature would definitely be a great benefit for the community.
And honestly, why would you put a limit to the marches? If someone wants to have 10 marches outside, okay. At the end of the day, your hospital is still the same amount. So you can get more dead troops right away if you don't pay attention. But why are you?
I think maybe kind of be like going against this, but like maybe in their mindset also, if we're thinking about the free to plays, if they send out their marches, because like a lot of the free to plays, right, they don't have, like us, we have 5 solid marches. Some of them won't probably have 5 solid marches. They'll have 3, or it would be a big disadvantage for the free to play, for those who cannot provide. Because if you have a weak march, then the pay to wins can just take that march out easily, and they won't even have a fighting chance. So that could be one of the aspects as well. But that Lilith may be thinking is that maybe we don't want to expand it right away. Maybe in the future it will, once they notice that the community has improved a lot. But I think at this moment maybe that's something that they're not really considering, because of I'm sure there's many factors that they do think about.
For sure. I would also add two things. The second, the fifth one or whatever would be a token that you use to reset your sculptures on a commander.
The skills.
Are
you talking about skills?
Yeah, the sculptures.
Sculptures. Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it means the golden heads. So it means you won't get the golden heads back, but you can still reallocate if you've done a mistake. Most of us, whenever we start the game, we upgrade commanders like shit. We don't know, so we go for all the skills at the same time, and at the end of the day, we're like, "Oops, I didn't do the right thing." So I would love to be able to have like a one-time chance to actually correct it, paying it, I don't know, like 2,000, 5,000 gems, whatever, but to change that.
Oh yeah, I'd like that too.
This would be great. This would be great because sometimes in the beginning, especially for new players, it can be tricky.
I actually want a permanent talent reset. That's what I want.
Yeah. So let me look at something here. Can I see your boots on Edward? Did they proc to the special bonus, or did they?
Oh, sorry. Cuff there. What do you mean?
On your equipment, your gear. Can I see the boots that you have? Are they maxed out with the special proc thingy, or you didn't manage on Edward?
A special proc. I didn't get the crit.
It's called in World of Warcraft. It's called proc. Whenever you the bonuses.
It didn't proc on me, so I just have a normal one.
Oh, okay. I thought it was basically happening all the time, because I tried one. I tried two of them, and actually they procced the two of them. So it's not the case.
Sounds like Lilith likes you more than me.
I don't know about that. I don't think so. Probably other people.
It's procking for you, not for me.
That sucks. It's still a good amount, because I think it's 1.5% additional, so total is 6.5%. That's quite a good amount.
I'm excited to craft the Skolas, so that's why I really want to have a marketplace for equipment and materials, because it takes forever. Imagine if free-to-play can sell materials, right? They can sell the materials for whatever value, for resources or even for speed ups, and I'll convert some of my speed ups for
totally agree.
Materials.
I mean, I think it would be amazing to be able to trade items between people, or even donate. I would love to be able to donate to a player like 10 sculptures or something. Of course, it's going to remove the money out of the pocket from Lilith, so I'm not sure they're going to do that. But it would be amazing to be able to grant gifts more than resources, some speed ups eventually, some gear, or to trade things. It could be interesting to have trades as well. But the problem with that, Sinchi, is that whenever you implement that, you will obviously face people who are going to be making money out of it, and selling. So we'd have like, the same thing that we had for gold selling with World of Warcraft back in the day.
Well, they would need to do a minimum. Like the Rise of Kingdoms will definitely do a guideline of what an item is worth.
Okay.
There's a minimum and maximum probably. And
makes sense.
Yeah. Anyway, let's. We got a question here from the chat from Venny. He's actually an avid follower of you as well. He says that ask Supreme about 3 good infantry marches with Richard and 2 other epics, please.
So Richard and 2 epics. So if you don't put Ethifleda, I would go for Richard and Joan of Arc, because she's going to be good. She's going to be buffing. And the thing is, nobody's going to focus most of the time on Richard, because it takes way too much time to down him. So your Richard will be there to buff the others. Then you can use eventually, for instance, Sunzi Scipio, because Sunzi will be infantry, so all his talent is going to turn towards infantry. And then you can use Scipio for the additional troops and the skills of Scipio. I like them both together. You can use also Richard and... I would go Richard and Joan of Arc for sure, because she's going to be buffing, and the buff is not to be. It's really to be taken into account. The buff can be amazing. So I don't like the other infantry commander. I don't remember. I don't think it's that good. But Sunzi kicks ass for sure. Sunzi is really, really good. And Richard should go with Janavar. That's to me, if you want to have a pair of two commanders, you should have those ones because they're going to be buffing your other troops. And if you have only epics as other troops, those will have a huge boost.
I think that's a very, I would love to see more Joan of Arc honestly onto the field, because then that would really help out everyone, right? It's a very good assessment of you, right? Because like a lot of people actually, especially for the new ones, that they don't realize that how tanky Richard is, and that's actually, a lot of players avoid Richard in the battlefield because it takes forever to take out. Now,
me as well. Whenever I'm seeing him, I don't target it right away.
Well,
except if he goes with Joan of Arc.
Because you're infantry. I actually aim for Richards because because for me having a archer like with Edward, you can really down Richard quick, and this is my own playing style. Like I take him out right away because then so other people won't have to worry about him. That's my approach.
Well, my role is different. My role is to come up with 5 lanes of infantry, and then my guys are standing in the back, and then they're attacking, and whenever they're focused, they're going back, and I'm still attacking. So I'm here to tank, to take as much damage as possible for them to be able to DPS. That's the goal. And now with Guan, I can also DPS a little bit. So
yeah, so just different roles. This is what we show here. In the live stream today, is that everyone basically have a different playing approach, playing style. And the majority of the people, sometimes they don't understand that once the biggest problem that I notice in Rise of Kingdoms is that a lot of people follow this some of the bigger channels as well, and the other channels where they're strictly focused on their approach, and they're so what is that called, like close-minded, and I think
one way.
Yeah,
thinking.
They're so one way what they think. They don't understand how the game is not linear. The game is not linear, right? There's a lot of things that you can do into the game. It's there's a whole point of being called a strategy game. It's an RTS, real-time strategy game.
So it's unlike StarCraft. In StarCraft you cannot add money to win, so the money will make the difference in the game. But still, as you could see versus Baba had 4 or 5 times more power than me. He's been spending zillions of dollars in the game. It doesn't matter. When you know how to use the commander, you can still win the fight where a player has 4 or 5 times the power that you have. It's a matter of pairing right the commanders, of equipment, and focus. The focus is key when you fight.
Yep, it is. We got a question in here from David Troop, one of our longtime subscriber here in our channel. He's also a giant, 6'4". Soviet, thoughts on the new Epic Commander? What do you think about the new Epic Commander?
I haven't seen him yet. As you know, guys, what I do is whenever I get it, I test it, and then I give my opinion. I never give my opinion on something I cannot test, because that's how we came up with things on Guan. Till people telling me that rally on Guan was rally leader. Until I cannot test, I can't say. Honestly, can't say.
Okay, there's your answer, David. So I just thought about people's height, and if they're really tall, how do you guys even play with your phone? That's so difficult.
6'6", so...
How tall are you?
I'm 6'6".
Damn, that phone is like so tiny to you.
That's the biggest iPhone. That's my hand. That's what it is.
God damn.
But usually it's better on iPad. It's better to play on iPad because I don't know about you, Sinchi, but when I'm playing on BlueStack, on fights, I hate it. It's way too laggy. So I need to go on iPad and then display the iPad on the screen.
For me, BlueStacks, I'm so used to it, and I think I have a very high computer, very strong. I have 2 overclocks, so I run an overclock usually, especially the triple rally that you guys have seen, the 228. But definitely, I think my computer can handle the extreme lag. I think my phone lags more than my computer.
My computer is supposed to be... I don't know about that, because on iPad I feel there's no slowness at any point. I feel it's super... When you zoom in, zoom out, I feel it. If you can zoom in, zoom out on BlueStack now, it will still be slower than on iPad, on a very fast phone, no matter what it is. So I don't know about that. I think at this KvK I'm going to play fully on tablets and record the tablets from the computer.
Yeah, I mean,
So
it just all depends on the preference. At the end of the day.
yeah. So anyway, BlueStack is really good to record and to do live and stuff like that. But whenever you want to, I think regarding my usage, yeah. See, I find it slow. I find it pretty still slow. But it's as long as it's okay for you and you're not wasting units. Because in fights, the biggest problem that we have is that there are too many units, and at some point you're having a hard time to have your troops selected. So honestly, if I could add something else, a new features, we were talking about features before, I would add the feature of removing your troops right away. So I would add a button like, on a drone. I'm a drone pilot myself, and I like that. I would have like a return home button, like emergency button, like, oh, my troops are going somewhere because of the lag. I'm like, what the hell? I want to get back my troops. So we just had this button to click home, and all the troops would go home right away. We're missing this feature at the moment, and it's very stressful sometimes to try to target your units and say, hey, go back home, without being able to do so.
Yeah. By the way, I'm looking at your profile picture. How is this kangaroo on the ice?
It was nice. I went to Australia last year. Pretty nice.
We got a question from General Jack. How many speed ups do you have currently?
I don't know. I think I have almost 600 days of 600 times 24, so that's 600 days, and probably like 4,000 of training and stuff like that. Probably 1,000 of healing, and then as you, Sinchi, maybe I have like a shitload of research that are useless, and a shitload of building speed up that are useless as well.
I don't have a shitload of resource. What is it called? Research, because I just finished my T5.
Okay.
T5 Siege.
Okay, I have 3,000 hours of each, and it's useless. Damn. Whenever I turn to the wheel, I'm like, come on, seriously? They're still putting that for us? I'm a bit frustrated because of that.
Somebody also mentioned about Card King. I've mentioned this before that I don't play Card King. I never saw the great value on Card King, and I've mentioned this before also that if I'm gonna invest on another new commander, or if I'm gonna invest on a commander, I'd rather do it on the wheel because I get more value in that one. And I try not to do the Card King because eventually that whatever commander is in the Card King will get phased out anyway.
I agree with you. I think the Card King is whenever you're missing a few sculptures, eventually you can do that, or you want to unlock him. Let's say that you didn't have him and you want to unlock him, then that's the good thing to do. The best value for commander is definitely the wheel. And what I would spend money on when you have maxed out commanders now, pretty much all of them, if you're a whale, I would definitely spend it on the gear thingy, the gear event when you can get like those epic thingy. I would go for that because I think that's the most important thing at the moment. It's definitely spend on this. You need to have your commanders maxed out in gear, all of them, with the best procs, with the best crits, as you would call it. Because without that, you're going to see the difference. When I remove all my equipment from the canyon, I go from 1 or 2nd to 10 or 12 in the kingdom. So it has a big impact.
Yeah, definitely. I like that dice game too. It's a dice game.
It's mostly 20%. It's mostly 20% stats additional per commander if you max them out with gear. So it's a huge amount.
Okay. When is the More Than Gems event? I'm not so sure. I should be expecting it around April. It's kind of been a while. How Lilith does More Than Gems event is very, very odd. Sometimes they're so consistent, but sometimes they're not consistent at all. So hopefully it will come out soon. But I'm excited for Shadow Legions because we get a lot of materials in here. So I'm really excited. I messed up last time. I left the Alliance. I was dumb enough to left the Alliance.
I'm not really much into PvE, player versus environment. I'm more into. So what I care about most of the time is just PvE. It's yeah.
Well, I'm just there for the rewards.
Yeah.
I just want the rewards.
Yeah. I like what's the thing? What is it called whenever you kick the ass of several bosses?
Cyrillic Crisis?
KvK?
KvK's when you defeat the barbarians.
Yeah. KvK is nice because then you have bosses to fight, right? At the end from the Alliance, and you get.
KvK. KvK. Yeah.
This one is great. I like the new thingy when you go in an instance with 4, 5, 10 players, 8 players, and have to defeat this or that. But I think the rewards compared to what you need to spend, I'm referring to the 50% troops that you
Mm-hmm.
need to have if you want to go to the last boss and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
I think the rewards are not that good compared to what you have to spend. So I pretty much don't do it. I'm like, yeah, whatever.
Somebody
Because
says,
yeah.
sorry, I just kind of changed our topic. Somebody says, Card King, the order is not random. I think you probably have seen this now. With they had some issue with Card King. Yeah, so I'm sure Lilith is gonna be taking a look into that issue. For me, I don't really know anything about it because I don't play Card King. So just kind of to answer that.
I think personally, I think you just need to use that event whenever you need to unlock a commander, and then use the package, a legend, legend package, the one that gives you for $5, lots of cultures. That's the only time you need to go for the card king. Otherwise, you go for the wheel, save sculptures, but don't spend in there. It's rigged, and it's obviously not a good value.
Somebody says that set up a 1 versus 1 with Soviet. I think we can definitely do some testing comes KvK, whether in the beginning or if we hopefully succeed in KvK. Then once we are in a completion stage, we can also do some battle testing, and it's gonna be nice because by that time we'll definitely have newer commanders to test out as well. So I'm sure that's definitely a possibility.
Yeah, I won't. I'm waiting for the new commanders.
Yeah.
So they're going to be out in 2 months, pretty much.
Yeah, so there's definitely going to be a possibility to do some testing. I mean, like even just for
sure.
duel or fun, or just see who
if we're still alive.
Yeah,
if nobody kicked our asses.
We'll see. Yeah, I mean, we gotta do our best in coming into. I mean, I don't think it's gonna be an easy KvK, and I think we'll have a little bit of an advantage with commanders. But I think activity-wise, I feel like for right now, I mean, pre-KvK doesn't determine everything, but for what I can see is that they do have massive spenders in here, and they definitely have some great activity as well. I mean, 2 of their kingdoms are top right now, so they'll have extra buff as well, with the all damage. But at the end of the day, it's all gonna play out on the strategy, and there's not. I think diplomacy is not even a factor now because we're set with our teams. There shouldn't be any betrayals or anything. Now I can speak for our team. I think it's definitely gonna be pretty solid, but I guess depends on how they are gonna be splitting up their rewards. So we'll see if there's gonna be some with KvK dramas within each team, so I think that's going to be very interesting. But for now, I'm not expecting anything because I think this is a you decide who your allies are, so this is going to be much better than the other KvKs.
Yeah, it's better. We were betrayed in the last KvK because communication, and it was very difficult because we were fighting against a bank, Baba, so it's not easy because he wasn't the only player spending a lot of money. So it was difficult, especially when he was on. He could defend a flag by himself. So that taking into account, it can be difficult, especially when you're on for hours and hours. So now that we have very good allies, will be backstabbed. We're confident. At the end of the day, what we want to have is great fights, great content for the videos, and have fun.
Really, he was defending by himself.
Yeah, he used to defend some flags by himself already. I have some videos back then. He was defending alone, and people are like, "No way!" I think it was the night of Christmas. It was on the 24th, Christmas Eve. He was defending by himself, and then he had to go to drink champagne or whatever. And luckily, we were able to take him down. But this alone was complicated. This was tough.
Maybe that's something that Lilith should also try to restrict, right? Maybe. I don't know. I'm certain. I don't know. Maybe that's a bad idea. If you certainly restrict how much troops, maybe two
I would dispatch. I think I would, if I were Lilith, I would allow only 1 troop in the flag, because it's like that for any other point of defense.
Yeah.
In rallies, you can only send 1 troop. So in defense, you should also be able to send only 1 troop.
Because it's a big disadvantage. Like, let's say not in the level that we're playing at. I mean, in the level of newer kingdoms, for those new players that are coming in and they're growing, and they're trying to fight somebody who spends extremely a lot into the game, and they couldn't push because of one big spender is just putting all of his troops in. If they have more unlimited
Oh yeah,
funds, and then it would be
yeah, yeah.
a disadvantage.
If there is one player that decide to spend billions the first days and the others staying at
Yeah.
10 million, and one player has 100 million, it can kill the whole kingdom by himself, for
Yeah.
sure.
So
So
definitely in this channel, this is something that people love to hear as well. I think, because I think for my followers, I think majority of them are not the bigger spender as well. So, but this is something that I've thought about as well before.
I think we have to share with lots of because the game is amazing, but it can be improved in many ways.
Yeah, a little bit more balance towards the free to play moderate spender, and I think definitely this game can grow a lot more. I mean, I think we have more than 50 million downloads, but I think we have a lot of people also coming in and out, right? So I think retaining our community is definitely something that's gonna be a top priority. Hopefully, this would be a top priority in 2020.
Yeah, I agree. Fully agree with you. It needs to be constant. If you just get lots of downloads, but people stopping the game after 3 weeks, that's where it's a problem. So it's a hard to balance things between free to play and pay to wins. It's already difficult to to please both sides. That's the reason why when I'm talking about a special commander, I'm talking about having this special commander only available on battlefield. Therefore, there's no unbalanced thingy going on the rally, because rallies are the most problematic ones when there is something overpowered. So I'm just talking open PvP. That could be fun, bring the fun that whales are looking for without being too overpowered. So
We got a question in here. How about 1347 Day Strong? So we kind of assessed a little bit. They are going to be a tough opponent, but the entire kingdom, we don't really know anything much about them until we see in the KvK. Then we can assess how good they are and how strong they are.
yeah, so currently we don't know much about them. Rather new kingdom, no a lot of communication, but we'll see exactly how it goes. It's going to be tough, but it's going to be interesting. So I just can't wait to have this started. I know it's going to be slow. The start will be slow in the beginning, supposed to grow and go faster after when we reach the kingdom's land, king land. But I really hope that we can fight soon, and as soon as we get in. I'm not sure about. I don't think so. What do you think?
I mean, I'm so chill, you know. I'm just like, it's for me, it's gonna be same KvK fighting, you know. I'm just so chill. I'm excited at the same time because we could get to make a lot of content. I think it's gonna be one of the most watched KvK in the entire ROK community, having 3 streamers or 3 YouTubers to cover it. And but in my own style, I think it's all gonna be the same. I'm not gonna go crazy on it, but I think it's just gonna be very very fun because I get to interact with new people as well and make new friends. So it's gonna be nice.
Yeah, for sure, for
And
sure.
new
All right,
enemies. I'm
guys.
sure we'll have new enemies in here.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, well.
Let's wrap this up by maybe you have a statement to some of the viewers in here that are following you and some of those that are watching us on what's their biggest expectation from your
All
kingdom.
right. So first of all, once again, since you thanks a lot for having me there. You have like 10 times more followers than I do. So this is a very kind from you having me there. Of course, I'm gonna say please follow me. I'm doing the content in French and in English. I'm doing 2 types of videos. One in French, fully audio, and the other one in English as well, so people can be happy with both. This is already more work because I need to please both people. And then what I want to say, and then as much content as possible. I think it's a good experience. We should try to do that again and again, especially during fights, during KvK, whenever we fight together next to each other. That could be fun. And I hope that you guys enjoy this format. I like it very much. Whenever you talk with people, exchange and compare your opinion, it's always good to have different feedbacks. So thanks again, Sinchi, for that, and thank you so much. I've been having already people following me during this live. Thanks again for following me, and I hope additional people will come. Thanks.
Definitely, yeah. So thank you so much for sharing, giving your time here as well. And definitely, guys, we gotta support our content creators here as a kingdoms, because if you're only supporting one content creator, they're not gonna be just one content creator cannot cover everything, and having more content creators to support gives you more knowledge and more details about to the game. And every content creator have their own opinion, different strategies, different approaches, so you can balance everything and learn from everyone, not just by watching one big channel or one dominating channel. You have to make sure to take into good consideration of other people's opinions as well and learn from there, and then you make the decision on your own, because we're not perfect either, right?
All right.
Yes, so
I
thank you so
appreciate
much.
a lot for the hospitality. Thanks you so much. I'll be having a live in French in a few minutes with another YouTuber. See, we're doing this whole thing between the community to work together, and I think it's really, really nice. So thanks again for having me. Have a wonderful day, guys, and I hope I see you on my channel as well. Take care, guys, and have fun.
All right, stay safe, buddy.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. All right, guys. So thanks for being here with us, and I think we had some great communication. So I'm so sorry if I wasn't able to read every single one's comment. Especially we had some people from Facebook as well. We've done a lot of new things in here in our channel. We had a little bit of stream delay. I think we've got a lot of great information from Soviet, and especially some of his ideas and thoughts about the game. Some of the things that I kind of want to, now that I got a little bit more clearer mind to think a little bit, because I'm not too multitasking right now. I saw some of the comments earlier, especially about Legend Roni, so I don't really know what's happening. I just know a little bit of information, but I think as a community in here, it doesn't matter if it's Roni or whoever it is, like in the content creator community as well. Whether if it was me, I would want definitely the support as well if something is going on and something is happening. In my case, let's say I'm if I'm ever infected or something, of course I would appreciate support from other content creators if they show their support. So that's what I thought when I created that video, and I just want us to, as a community, to we're not, there's not a whole lot of ROK community, ROK YouTubers, and how big we are. We're growing. We're definitely getting bigger channels, and definitely the game is growing. We gotta support each other in here, because if we don't support each other in here, this game that we love is not gonna succeed. And if it doesn't succeed, right, who's gonna be entertaining you guys? Who's gonna be the one giving you guys amazing content? Who's gonna be giving you guys some testing in there? Even if you guys don't like the testing, you can actually still learn a lot of new things from what you guys see. Coming into the KvK, I'm excited to see how we are going to perform. Definitely, it's nice to have 3 streamers, and I've mentioned this is going to be the very most watch KvK in the entire ROK. Also, look at this. I'm slave. Apparently, I'm a slave of this kingdom. Definitely, I'm so excited because we're gonna be back and we're gonna have a lot of content. But also, I'm a chill guy, so my excitement may not be at par with other players in the kingdom in here, because some of them go crazy like little kids. Like, I'm so excited! Let's go, Shin! Let's go fight! I'm so excited. But I mean, I'm more like, yeah, look, cool. Let's go. Let's do it. I'm more of that kind of player in here. So when they first reach out to me and saying, hey, you see our allies, I was like, cool. Let's fight, and let's just do our job again. But I think it's gonna be definitely fun. It's definitely an opportunity for us to do a video with the Soviet Supreme. And thank you, Benjamin, for the donation. Thank you very much. So somebody says I've always been a slave. I'm a slave for the kingdom, right? Huh? But definitely, it's gonna be fun. You guys are definitely gonna see a lot of high-level contents, not just from me, but from other YouTubers as well. Just make sure to support each. I don't know if other YouTubers do this, but I want you guys to support the other content creators, not just me, because we're growing community. We gotta grow everyone. And the more subscribers we have, the more motivated YouTubers become, and the more motivated we come, right, the better high quality contents we can produce, and the more investment and time that we will put. This is something that we've been doing for about more than a year now, and for me, in my case, I would love to do it for more years, and I definitely love to be here and hanging out with you guys, right? coming into KvK, you're definitely going to see a lot of archer rallies. Archer rallies is we're going to be seeing. We're going to be investing on Artemisia as well. We're going to unlock Artemisia. We're also going to unlock, we're going to definitely invest on Ramses as well. Currently my Ramses is 521 right now. So as we move forward to the Wheel of Fortune, we're going to, oh my god, I'm a fool now. I'm a fool now. It's good. You are a fool because like, I don't have anything to upgrade for building or research speed up. Ha! Sucks on you. Anyway, the amount of just kind of a showcase in here coming into KvK, the amount of golden sculptures that we have is 882, and the amount of troops that we have currently is 2.1 million troops. So I want you guys to take a look into our stats. I mean, we'll see how much we're gonna be doing, but like I mentioned before, I'm doing a more conservative approach into KvK. So not a whole lot of spending. We're gonna still fight, but I'm expecting a lot of we have a lot of new players in here, so it's gonna be divided with the work. So right now I'm rank 35. Before this KvK started, I was around rank 21. I've been pushed down a lot. We got a lot of new higher players coming into our kingdom. Definitely Kingdom 228 is a growing kingdom. I think the leadership in here had definitely matured a lot, and if I want to say something, I think this kingdom now, since Random Arab is gone, I think it's now not a thing that this kingdom is being led by Poppy, and Poppy has actually definitely have grown a lot in here, and he's definitely matured a lot into the game, and definitely becoming a much more defined leader in this kingdom. So we're definitely expecting a lot more from their leadership standpoint, and see how this kingdom develop further into the game. Yeah, so we'll definitely do the Wheel of Fortune, and we still definitely need to craft our equipments in here, right? We definitely need to craft our equipments in here to get this goalless coin. Hopefully, I don't know if I'll make it. We'll try it. Hopefully, I don't know. I feel like I'm not gonna be able to make this goalless coin, but we'll see, because I will try to play the dice game, which is the Garden of Infinity. Yeah, definitely we're gonna see a lot of T5 rallies in this KvK. It's gonna be very very interesting, because it's gonna be very difficult as well. Yeah, so a little question here for General Jack is that I'm going to migrate. Should I go for the younger kingdom or go to the older kingdom? If depends, I would say try to go to the older kingdom, because the younger kingdom, and try to get the other commanders if you can, build up your arsenal there. But it really depends on your playing style. If you're not gonna be a dominating player doing a lot of the rallies and stuff, if you just want a more casual player, join the older kingdom. If you want to just be part of the community, join the older kingdom. You can even join our kingdom. We've got a lot of new players that coming in here. I don't know whether it's due to YouTube, or it's just they've done a lot of great recruitment in here from IF, from SP, from OM, from SS. So these are some of the alliance that you can definitely join into. Also, just want to do a statement as well. Stay safe as well. Make sure to, I've been mentioning this a lot in my YouTube videos, to stay safe, guys, and take good care of your health. And the new things that are coming into our YouTube channel is that we're doing a lot more live stream this time, and I want to say thank you. Also, we have 2 new members from yesterday. I want to say thanks to them. Definitely, follow us here on the stream, and we're gonna give you guys a lot of great contents in here. So our 2 new members, I want to mention them. Actually, they're my only 2 members in here, which I really appreciate, which is Scrambled Eggs 30 and Stoyan Alexandrov. I do appreciate you guys becoming a member here in our channel. We're definitely growing our channel. We're trying to make it one of the best channel here in Rise of Kingdoms, and we're trying to grow it, and I definitely need your supports, guys. So we're also on Facebook as well. We're also on Facebook, so Facebook as well. We are growing our Facebook community as well. So Yeah, so for my case, I'm going back to work, right? We will be going back to work. I don't have the luxury to stay at home work. So also pray for me so that I could be safe as well, and my coworkers to be safe, because if one of my coworkers is infected and we didn't know, I could be also be infected. So also pray for us as well, and pray for everyone in this world. Like, hopefully we get over this soon. Jamie Hill. Oh my god. Did somebody say anything to Jamie? Did somebody say anything to Jamie? That's how he's back here. I did not say anything about him. You will have to watch the entire stream now. You will have to watch the entire stream. No. I take everything I said to him earlier. I take everything I said. Now he's in here. Stolian, what's up, Stolian? I know you're here. Thanks for being here. No, I did not say that, Sasha. Please do not slander my words. Do not slander my words. I said no such thing. I said no such thing. I think he'll just have to watch everything and then also watch our ads in here for him to find where it is. So definitely you know, expecting a lot of great things in here coming into KvK, so definitely it's gonna be fun. I think, like I mentioned, gonna be the most anticipated KvK war videos, definitely from us. Expand your base. I think, yeah, there's another update, right, which is going to expand our base. Did it expand it already? I think it did. It expanded a little bit already. I didn't even realize that. Monica, talk later. Shinchi, sure, we can always talk. I think, what about MFLD, if any, strategy? So I'm not sure about their approaches. I'm not gonna get involved into the leadership plans. I still have your postcard, Sasha. It's in my It's on my table. I'm not involved into the strategy and plans. I'd like it that way. I don't want to know everything, because if I know everything, I may spill the beans. The expectation for me is gonna be pretty much the same as KvK 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, Chai farted earlier. He's sleeping on my bed right now. I don't want to wake him up, but just follow us, because we're gonna definitely create a lot of great contents in here. So I'm definitely gonna be making new contents also. So coming into the weekend, you will see some great contents as well. You want a full kingdom full of fighters, unafraid to lose troops for greater glory. Join 228. Sounds like we need to charge him for here for doing a recruitment post. That would be like $5 donation for recruiting here on our channel. I'm just kidding. We have definitely, I would definitely love you guys to join us here, and definitely hopefully get more support here from the 228 for our YouTube here as well. We're a growing community in here. We're gonna keep growing here, but we need your support here to grow our channel. If you love fighting, this is the channel that you need to be tuning into. This is the channel that's going to provide you high-level content in high-level battles. Yeah. So guys, I kind of want to end this to you guys. Follow me on YouTube story as well. I'm painting my basement. Follow me on Facebook as well. And just in general, just turn on the notification as well. Anyway, guys, thank you guys for coming here. Also, just kidding, Jamie, so it's all good. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching here on the stream. I will see you guys again. It will be next week, so I won't be able to stream this weekend. I will not be able to. I will see you guys again next week. And my Osiris bet, if you guys want to tune in on my bet, I am all in on 166. I will be reaping big wins in here. So if you want big wins, bet on 166. If you want big loss, also bet on 166. All right, we may be live streaming again later. If Call of Duty, I'm not so sure yet. But stay safe, guys. I'm praying for everyone, and pray for Roni as well. And hopefully we can see his safe return into the game. And I'm sure his channel is gonna explode as soon as he's back. Anyway, see you guys later. Take good care. Stock up with everything, guys. Thanks. Bye, guys.